What is going on? We live? All right. It's live. Welcome to Suite 301. How's everybody doing out there in TV land? Uptown Funk, don't give it to you.
That was quite the opening.
Absolutely.
I did like it, actually. Welcome to Suite 301, this month's edition.
January 2015.
It's crazy that it's already 2015, but
New year.
Everybody out there, if you tune in every month, you know, if you want to call in, we would love for you to call in 412-321-8440, extension 100, 100.
And I'm Sandy. That's Christian.
Yep. And if you want to talk to us, make that call. If you want to put any comments in the chat box, feel free to do that as well. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter for more updates.
How's your new year going?
Good.
What's big on your to-do list for 2015?
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Nothing at all.
Okay. Well,
I have a baby coming.
Yeah.
That's
today?
maybe.
Yes.
Literally, maybe.
His wife is due to give birth today. So
Not today. It's next week is the due date, 27th.
Oh, I thought it was the 20th.
No, it's next week. But she's still
It could be today.
any second.
So if he runs away during the show,
that's probably why.
please forgive him. Send a card.
Yeah. With money in it.
College is expensive. You all know this. Christian's got 18 years to work on that.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yes.
let's get into it. Let's jump
talk
into it.
about something.
We got a lot of big things coming up. Let's start with the NCFA. The season's obviously over. What's new in club football this month?
This month, it's really all prep for the league meeting, which is taking place this Saturday. We got a big attendance. 41 representatives are expected here at the league office. This Saturday, we'll no doubt spend 5-6 hours talking about how we need to improve, the successes of 2014, the failures of 2014, how we can right those, how we can make 2015 the best NCFA year yet. I know we got some good proposals on the table for potential rules moves. It's going to be a good meeting. We've got 3 new teams already signed on board for this year. I'm talking with 3 more teams about coming on board for this year. So, and many of those teams are going to be represented at this meeting. It's going to be that's really what's going on right now, and well,
it's
a big thing.
I know, being at the league meeting in past years, it is very important. I know it. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. Might be too late to come out there, but anybody that is going to be in attendance, it's hugely important for the development of the league. You talk about big issues and things like that. So
absolutely,
if you can't make it, make sure to check on league notes and things like that.
Absolutely. If you talk to anybody that's been at this meeting before, no one leaves saying that was unproductive.
Exactly.
They might say that was long, that was exhausting.
Yep.
But a lot gets done. And
it's productive.
It's a very productive meeting, and it's very important, and everybody that comes knows that. So that's why we see so many teams that they show up. They should once, they come every year because they want to make sure their input is heard in how the league develops.
Now, after the meeting, going to start getting into fall of 2015.
Absolutely.
What do we expect for this upcoming fall, this upcoming fall 2015 season?
Well, we've got, schedule requests will be due February 15th. We've got a few items we've got to vote on right after the meeting. Based on how those votes come, will be the schedule request forms will come out February 15th. I expect schedules will be out by the end of February, and teams can then add their non-conference schedules. The big thing for 2015, other than adding some new teams, is we're moving to this playoff system.
Yes.
So we've got some exciting stuff coming on with the playoffs. There'll still be conference championship games, followed by the 4-team playoff, and then 2 weeks off for the National Bowl game with the 2 winners. All this will get covered at the league meeting and so forth, and we might have some conference realignment depending on how many new teams come on board for this year. And the deadline to come on board is February 1st, but these other 3 teams I'm working with right now know that. So
what teams are new for 2015? What teams are you?
The new teams already on board: Sacred Heart up in Connecticut, Central Connecticut State, and Michigan State are on board already. Signed, sealed, delivered. The new teams coming on that are interested: DePaul University inside Chicago, as well as University of Hartford, and then Clarkson University in New York. So
Cool.
a lot of growth to the North Atlantic.
That's awesome.
We really needed it. And then, if DePaul decides to come on board, that'd be a nice addition to the Great Lakes West.
Perfect. You're doing a great job with growing the league and running the league, and I know that, the league meeting, as we said, it's going to be productive, and I think teams should just be excited about what the NCFA is doing currently and what's happening in the future. It's just bigger and better, so.
Well, thank you.
Good work on that.
And one of the other things that's going on this month is Academic All-Americans nominations are due today. Today's the
Okay.
deadline to nominate your players for Academic All-Americans. They must have a 3.0 GPA to be considered, and our goal is to release those winners early next week.
What if they have a 2.98?
Sorry. Not eligible
Okay.
for the All-American list. You can still play in the league, don't worry.
Okay. Anything else to add football-wise?
Well, I guess not. I only spent an hour doing a recap on how the season went, but nobody asked me how that
Well,
went.
let's go. Let's hear about it.
All right. I broke this thing down. Ready for the timeline. I need some music.
Sad about you and it's sad fun.
All right, there it is. All right, the season started. Two-time defending champ, Coppin State, entered the season. Preseason number 1, Robert Morris, number 2. And Robert Morris, that was coming on the tails of being left out of the National Chip Bowl game
Yep.
last year. Week 2, Wright State picks up 2 wins in the same week. Defeat SIUE 35-8 and Wilmington 14-10. Wins in 1 week jumped them to number 6 in the polls. Week 3, Middle Georgia State loses for the second week in a row. This is a team that went undefeated last year going into the national championship game. Those 2 losses pretty much put an end to their national championship, their run back to the national championship game. Oakland, in week 3, slips past UW-Milwaukee 27-6. Those of you that read the last page first, you know Oakland wins it all, so that's a big game that they managed to squeak out by 1 point against Milwaukee. Week 4, Loyola defeats DePaul 30-6. It's the first victory in school history. Week 5, Milwaukee beats Flint 63-6. The loss causes Flint to cancel the rest of their season because they don't have enough healthy players anymore. So apparently Milwaukee literally beat them up. Week 6, Columbus State defeats OC Tech 20-0 for the first time in program history. Week 7, Oakland defeats powerhouse, perennial Great Lakes East powerhouse Miami 28-12. Longwood defeats Radford 19-2, and that's Longwood's first conference win in program history. Week 9, UMass, Maryland Eastern Shore, shocks the world and defeats defending champ and number 3 ranked Coppin State 14-12. Week 12, number 2 Vermont falls to Southwest Connecticut 69-33, thus ending their shot at the national championship game. Coppin State gets revenge on UMass in the Mid-Atlantic Conference Championship game, beats UMass 23-8, wins their 3rd straight MAC title. Kennesaw State wins their first ever conference title in the SAC, South Atlantic Conference, against Columbus State 34-20. Number 3, Oakland, the famous game, number 3, Oakland defeats number 1, Robert Morris, 27-26, takes on their first Great Lakes Conference title. And that win, coupled with Vermont's loss, springboards Oakland at number 2, setting up a 1-2 rematch in the national title game, which we all know. Number 1 Robert Morris loses to number 2 Oakland 14-12. Oakland completes the perfect season, going a perfect 9-0. Only team to ever do that in the NCFA, take home the title.
Pretty impressive.
Thank you.
That was nice. I liked it.
Did some homework.
That's all it takes.
90 seconds. NCFA season in 90 seconds. There you go.
Bam. Well, that.
What's next?
Well, let's welcome Eric to the show. He's standing over there. Bring him on. Ah! Get you up. Yeah, you dance now.
You guys dance now.
No, you dance now.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
How
Well,
we doing?
we're doing all right. How you doing?
Good.
You look good. You look good in green.
Thank you. It's my favorite color.
Let's talk about some sponsors.
All right. First on the list, we got Richardson. This is more pointed at the baseball teams. Got to get your hat orders in. It's going to take 3 to 4 weeks to get those manufactured. Even to start the process might take a couple days because you got to finalize what you exactly want. You need your hat sizes, shipping address. You got to pay for it before it's submitted. So definitely get in touch with me as soon as possible. RichardsonCap.com has a great builder on it. You can design your hat, put your custom logos on it, and just send it to me real quick, and I'll get you a price quote and get the process going from there.
What happens if you don't have a hat?
Not good. Got to have Richardson official headwear of the the NCBA.
Yeah.
It's got to have the artwork on the back.
NCBA logo.
We got to have
This,
right here.
that kind of artwork right there.
Rip off a zoom in.
You will be running the risk of being protested against for not being in compliance. So you're going to want you're going to want your hats.
You're gonna wanna have those.
ASAP. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Richardson, Sport Decals, let's talk of that. It's best price match guarantee for any helmet decals. Baseball, you look good, you play good. Not only that, when I was running my team, I thought it was very important for us to all match and not look like a bunch of scrubs.
Yep.
So definitely contact Kelsey in our office. She'll get you good deals on the decals and everything like that. They can do custom logos, everything. So definitely hit them up.
Nice.
Fundraiser, another one of Kelsey's good things she's brought on board here. I lose my train of thought. Fundraiser.
Yes.
So, yeah, we're talking donation letters, and these are real easy. It's free. They take a very small percentage out, and basically do all the work of the advertising on Twitter, Facebook, all the social media sites. People can donate to you for your team. You make a nice little front page about, hey, we need money to help fundraise for spring training, or the World Series postseason tournaments, and it goes a long way, and it's free, and I highly recommend it. It doesn't take very long.
I know
And,
Kelsey's. I've only heard through the grapevine that teams are really succeeding with it. So
yeah, it doesn't take very long to set up,
Yep.
and you literally just sit back and get donations.
Yeah.
And I think one of the toughest part about fundraising is getting all the guys to do it. This is one of those fundraisers where it really just takes one person to get it set up,
Exactly.
to get it going. And then, it's going to be more successful if everyone's involved in promoting it. But it only takes one guy with the computer to get it
It's not
started.
like you got to go out and knock on doors and get that uncomfortable. Hey, I'm going to try and pitch you something. It's just literally provide some addresses and watch the money kind of come in. And last but not least, Rawlings, our big one here. Speaking for Craig Budzik, NCFA discount is 35%. I know you guys are off season right now, but now's a good time to start planning. Get some price quotes. NCBA, NCSA discount, is 35%. We've got some breaking news right here. This is straight from Craig Budzik. We have a 48-hour uniform and apparel blowout.
whoa.
So if you're an NCBA or NCSA team and you want to order uniform or apparel, and you place the order Monday, January 26th, or Tuesday, January 27th, and have it paid for, you'll have free shipping.
So you, in order to get that deal, you have to be paid.
Have to have it finalized and paid for on Monday or Tuesday of next week.
Okay.
Free shipping.
Shipping is 8%, so if you do a big order, you're saving 8%.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's going to go a long way. So, fresh off the press. Definitely hit Craig Budzik up. You're going to see it on Facebook, Twitter. He'll be promoting it. And, definitely look into that.
What are those dates again?
January 26th, January 27th.
What's today? Well, yeah,
I don't even know
I
what
know
today is.
exactly when January 27th is. It's next Tuesday.
Gotcha. So,
Okay.
that's the big news on the Rawlings front.
Wow. Are we bringing in extra staff to help Craig man the phones?
I believe some old Rawlings account managers will be. We have
I'll
the
be-
Godfather here. I did it for
I'm
the
not the
last 3
Godfather.
years.
Chad Lowe's the Godfather.
Excuse me, sorry, Chad Lowe. We have some previous experience. Maybe
Yes.
we'll even teach you how to do it.
I could probably still write an order, I bet.
We're going to be fully staffed and wait your phone calls. So that's the big.
That's a
thing
big
for
deal,
that.
so
How much
Yeah,
time we got?
take advantage of it.
Yeah.
We got 50 seconds. What else can we talk about? DeMarini, cheapest prices out there. You're buying a bat. Do not buy it online. I guarantee you we'll have the cheapest prices for you. Contact me. We'll get your price quote. What else can we talk
Baseball
about?
or fast pitch softball bats.
Exactly. Or slow pitch softball bats too.
Okay.
For the old geezers that want to play some slow pitch softball, we get hit up for that. And I believe we're working on a new sponsorship fundraiser with Kelsey. You guys had a meeting for Pledge It. We got 20
Pledge It.
seconds. Do you want to just recap what that is real quick?
Pledge it. It's a fundraiser.
It's a fundraiser.
Watch the press release. It's coming out soon.
Gotcha. Well, there you go.
No, it's going to be solid. Everybody's going to love it. It's the only fundraiser we've ever done that actually involves the sport that you participate in.
Well, there you go.
So you raise money based on how you perform on the field.
More details to come. I'm out here.
All right.
See
we'll
you, Eric.
ya.
Hey, thanks.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Thanks, Eric.
Let's get into NC Double BA, National Club Basketball Association.
Absolutely. It's been an interesting January. So added 2 new teams.
That's great.
Robert Morris here in Pittsburgh came on board.
Bobby Moe.
Bobby Moe. They joined the Great Lakes East and Iowa, University of Iowa.
Wow.
Iowa's president called me up and said, Sandy, roster limit's 15, right? I'm like, yeah. He goes, we had 35 guys show up at tryouts, and they're all good. He's like, can we get a second team going?
There you go.
Absolutely. So now we've got Iowa Gold. and
How many
Iowa-
people showed up?
35.
You get 7 teams in the league.
We could. So Iowa Black and Iowa Gold now exist in the NCBBA.
That's awesome.
So, and I think that's something that's going to be a trend in the
Absolutely.
future. We see it in baseball. We've got half a dozen teams that have D1 and D2 club baseball teams.
That's
I
only
think
growing.
it's going to get to the point where we're going to have lots of basketball.
Yeah, I was actually
Many
thinking
schools.
about this on the drive in. I mean, to me, as far as starting a club basketball team, the costs are relatively low, correct?
Absolutely. I mean, compared to what baseball, football, softball, you think about it, yeah, you need 5 guys. What do you really want? You really want to be maybe 10. So then you can practice against each other, right? 10's
Yeah.
a good number. 10 guys on a road trip, that's
2 rental cars.
3 hotel rooms.
Yeah, but I also
that's
just
one rental
thinking.
van.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a guy that wants to start a club basketball team, you can just go up to the rec center just about any time during the day, and there's a basketball game going on,
Exactly.
and you can just go up. Hey, I'm starting this club basketball team.
Do you want to put
play?
on
Yeah,
our school uniform and go travel on the
Exactly.
weekends and host teams here and go play competitive college basketball? You look at what uniform requirements.
Yeah.
You can get a set of T-shirts with numbers on the
Yeah.
back and a set of matching gym
Exactly.
shorts. You're talking, you're out the door $25.
So if there's any kid out there that you're really interested, or a buddy that played with you in high school that wants to start a club basketball, it's that easy. Just go into the baseball. There's not baseball games going on across campus where you can,
Right.
pull from guys. But basketball is always being played on campus, and a lot of good basketball too. So finding guys shouldn't be too much of an issue. And
Right, and with baseball, our baseball teams are off running around town trying to find out community park field
exactly.
that they can rent. When was the last time you saw a college campus that didn't have at least one
Yes,
basketball court on it?
Exactly. I went to a small school, and our rec center had 4 courts at the rec center, back to back. So
There you go.
So that's that. I was just thinking about that today, but at some point, basketball is going to explode with.
Absolutely.
Or at least I hope so. But sorry to cut you off there. Conference games, teams have begun conference season.
A little bit. We had 3 conference games this past weekend. Lewis and Michigan Tech in the Mid-America East. Lewis took 2 of 3. Lewis is the team that made it to the national championship tournament last year. Impressive team at the national championship.
Oh, absolutely.
Too. And so they're off to a good start in their conference with a 2-1 record. This weekend coming up is a big weekend. We really get into a lot of more teams playing. I think we've got something like 9 conference matchups
Cool.
scheduled this coming weekend. So that's good. We'll have a lot of excitement going on there, and then it'll sort of pick up. A lot of the schools are now just getting back with Martin Luther King Day
Yep.
being yesterday.
Yep.
This is their first week back to school.
Okay.
So we'll see a lot more conference play picking up here as things progress. Of course, all the conference schedules are available on the NCBBA website, which is ncbbabasketball.org.
And teams before their conference games, just because they're might be their first conference series they've ever played in the NCBBA, what do they need to be doing before those conference games?
Well, you need to touch base with your
Exactly.
opponent, make sure you guys are all squared away on what time tip-off's going to be. Are you playing 3 Saturday? Are you playing 1 Friday, 2 Saturday, 2 Saturday, 1 Sunday? How are you handling your 3-game schedule over the weekend? You want to get that ironed out so everybody can make travel plans. The home team can can make sure the officials know what time to be there, and so forth. So that's what you want to get going on now. Once the games are concluded, there's a not a schedule request form. There's a weekly team submission form that everybody fills out where you nominate your players of the week and so forth.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
What team previews also went
Team
out?
previews were due January 15th. They went out. They got published all last week, and the top 15 poll will be announced on Thursday. So the voters are looking over their ballots right now, determining how they want to rank the top 15 to start the spring season, and look for that top 15 poll to come out this Thursday.
And just to touch on that real quick, who's voting on that pool? How's the voting done? What do the rankings mean for those teams?
The rankings are to get people excited about the season. It will impact the seeding when you get to the national championship tournament. The voters, it's mostly coaches and NCBBA staff
Okay.
that are voting. So
Okay.
it's a good panel of voters, and they'll do a good job.
Yeah, and then last but not least, it's early, but, you were at the 2014 championship tournament and have been in contact with most of the teams this season. Who are your early picks to maybe take it home this year?
Well, I mean, Lewis was a
They
very
were.
very
I
impressive
did like
team
them.
last year, and they came a long way to get there. Obviously, they're off to a good start now. I think they're going to be hungry to last a little longer at the national championship tournament. Of course, Virginia Tech is defending national champions, looking to defend that title. They lost Sal, their point guard,
Yep.
graduated, became an engineer, so we'll see how he does. I think look for big things out of Syracuse.
Okay. We have, I believe this is going to be,
We have Virginia Tech on the line first.
okay.
Is this Curtis and Jake?
Yes, it is.
All right, thank you for calling in. This is Curtis Einsman and Jake Ryan, officers with the Virginia Tech Club basketball team, joining us here on Suite 301. Hey, this is Sandy and Christian. How you guys doing today?
Good, how are you?
Doing real good. Doing real good.
Doing good, guys.
Excited to get basketball underway. It's we came off a big football season and then the winter break, and now everybody's pretty much back to school effective today. It's time to turn to the hardwood and really focus on what's going on in the NCBBA. How's your semester going? I mean, classes are obviously just starting today. You there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
It's a little tough. How are things looking like for your team as you progress, as the season gets ready to kick off?
Really pretty well. We went through lots of changes since we had some guys graduating and again some guys come down from the practice squad. So it's good. We have a well-balanced team going into the season. So,
Unfortunately, we're having some hard time hearing you guys. It sounds like your phone's cutting in and out. I think you were saying that you brought up some guys from your practice squad and to replace some of the seniors that graduated. Is that what you said?
Yep, that's what I said.
Okay.
Yep. And so, it should be a fun season. We have a really well-balanced group for the season.
Did winning the national championship last year help, spread the word on campus about your program and get more guys interested in being a part of the team?
Actually, it did, especially with all the hardware we brought back, like the trophy, the banner. We actually used that a lot at our team. Like at the club fairs and stuff, people would walk by and see that we had a banner and trophy to show off. And that really sparked some interest with some talent that we could find around campus and really helped us recruiting, especially in the beginning of the year. So.
Awesome. Excellent. That's good to think about. Like, when you're walking around a student fair as a freshman or whatever, you walk by, here's the rowing club, here's this club, here's basketball, and they got this 3-foot tall trophy and national championship banner, and that's going to make me want to be a part of that group, or at least stop and talk and hear what they have to say. So that's good.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got. I know you got conference games this weekend against Lynchburg, and we've retooled your conference a little bit this year, expecting everybody to get more conference games in. Is there a team in your conference that you view as the biggest threat to you guys being able to repeat as conference champs and get back to the national title tournament?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Is there a team in your conference that you view as the biggest threat to keeping you from winning the conference title?
To be quite honest with you, I don't believe we have played against Towson, Georgetown, or Lynchburg in the past year or two. So we actually really don't know much about our competition in the conference this year, but we'll be pretty excited to find out. We're going to bring our best effort each game and really pull through and try to win it.
That's interesting that you guys haven't played them because the conference is kind of new the way it's been put together. So the fact you don't have a history with them is probably it could be a good thing or a bad thing. One, they could surprise you, but two, if you approach it with the idea that nobody's bad or nobody's inferior, if you bring that A game effort to every series, that could be good for getting you to the postseason where you want to be. So, what are your overall expectations for this season?
I think I'll let Jake talk to you about that one. Our expectations are just what they were last year. We wanted to go back to that national championship, bring back another trophy, but show it off to everybody here at Tech. Everybody's motto since the beginning of the year is getting back to that national championship. But to do that, we had to have some hard work, and honestly, sometimes we dropped our heads a little bit and let our guard down the game and think that we're better. We've got to make sure that we bring the same intensity to every single game, and they know who's the best team on the court.
Outstanding. That's what non-conference games are for, is to get the team ready, get them operating at 100%, so that when conference play counts, when conference play arrives, those are the games that matter the most, so you should be ready for those ones. All right, guys, we appreciate you calling in. Good luck this season with conference play this weekend with Lynchburg, and with a little luck and some hard work, we hope to see you at the National Championship Tournament again here in April.
Cool. Thanks a lot.
Take care.
Bye.
All right, that was Curtis Einsman and Jake Ryan of the Virginia Tech club basketball team, defending national champions. Only one team gets to boast that.
Hardworking team. Well, at least they were last year.
Weren't they? They were fun to watch.
They just outworked you. Defensive, they're slapping the floor and saying, come on, bring it, let's go.
Hustle.
Get a stop, take it down the floor, score. Same thing over and over. I really liked how they played.
Jay Gentili, one of the volunteers with the program, and he's a former high school athletic director, former high school basketball coach, big time basketball fan, loves basketball. March is his favorite time of year. He told me, and I thought this was pretty impressive. This was the national championship game last year was his first exposure to club basketball. He was like, this is far more entertaining than any NCAA basketball I've ever watched.
Yeah.
He's like, these kids are hustling every minute of they're up and down the court. There's no shot clock, and yet they're scoring. We almost hung 100 in one game.
Yeah, exactly.
Without a shot clock.
Yeah.
So it was unbelievable. It was a lot of fun.
Are we... I'm not good with hand signals, so we didn't go over those before the show.
Oh, we're going to go to Savannah.
Okay, we're going to Savannah.
On the line.
Okay, we'll work on those later. Let's get Savannah on the line.
Okay. We were going to be joined by Joe Blockson of the Lewis Club basketball team.
Oh.
But apparently, I don't know what to do here. Apparently, that plan has changed. So, no doubt it's probably a time, what's that called? Time zone.
Hello,
time
Savannah.
zone issue.
What's going on?
How you doing?
Good.
How's Colorado?
It's nice.
Is it snowy?
No, it's warm.
Really? Like how warm?
Like 60?
Wow. It's nicer than it is here. Obviously, I mean, that goes without saying, but...
What does that mean?
Well, I mean, it's January in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, January in Pittsburgh is a lot colder than January in Colorado.
January in Eastern Shore, Maryland is a lot worse than January in Pittsburgh. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm probably South Dakota. All right.
Can't say
south.
I've never done that.
It's very windy. It's on the peninsula.
Sab, we got Savannah Aarons on the line, spring training, vice president or director of spring training? I always forget.
Vice president.
We got the VP. Well, let's first, before we get into spring training, let's talk softball. What's going on in the world of club softball?
Well, a big thing that's coming up very quickly is the roster removal period, where teams can remove those 5 players from their roster. That period is January 25th through the 31st. And
Okay.
That's it.
And it is 5 players?
It is 5 players.
Okay.
Yep, and we will need, if you're a team, you're looking to remove somebody, we'll need that documentation stating that such and such player is studying abroad or graduating.
Yeah, or transferred, or you have to be. It can't just be he doesn't want to play for or she doesn't want to play for our team anymore.
Right, exactly.
Exactly. Okay, so that's coming up. What?
We talk about how cold it is in Colorado and Pittsburgh, but we've got teams playing this weekend.
Yeah.
Cal State Fullerton's playing at UCLA this weekend, and Florida Gulf Coast is playing at Florida State.
Yep.
And St. Catherine's already starting some non-conference games out in California. So it's crazy to think that we're going to have softball this weekend, but,
Yep.
but
Hey.
we are.
They are most teams. Do they have their rosters up, or is it some teams are still getting their rosters updated for this spring season?
I would say that 95%, with the new roster rule that we started in the fall, the mandatory roster rule, I'd say 95% of the teams already have rosters up just because they played already.
That's great.
The only teams that really need to, be working on their rosters are the California teams and then the South Atlantic, South Florida teams. And then also for people adding players to their roster, you definitely want to make sure that you take care of that before the upcoming game.
Exactly. Spring preview. Basically, the fall season's obviously completed. What do you expect this spring? What teams look dominant in their region? Are there any new surprises out there?
I expect a lot of the usuals to be dominant. Illinois, but I'm also, the Illinois and the Miami's, Ohio, Virginia Tech, JMU. I'm also expecting a few comebacks to the postseason. It's looking like Kansas is going to be in there, Navy, Grand Valley State. So I'm really excited to see those teams in the postseason, and obviously welcome back those perennial powerhouses.
Yep.
Absolutely, if the postseason's not the same without them, we need them. But I am excited, and I'm excited to see what goes on in the Florida conference. I mean, it's always up in the air as to who we're going to end up seeing at the regional and the World Series.
Have they begun playing yet?
They start this weekend.
Okay.
So Florida
Okay.
State and Florida Gulf Coast. We'll see who starts it off well.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll be a predictor. It always literally comes down to the last series of the season. So that's always exciting.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see how things shape out. Let's jump to spring training. The schedules are, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the schedules are being released as we speak.
Yes, all for baseball, we've got weeks 1, 3, 4, and 5. So 4 of the 5 weeks are already released. Week 2 will be released this week.
Okay.
We've got 28 teams that week, so
So it's not so easy to schedule that.
it's not nearly as easy, but it's going to happen, and it's going to be a crazy week, and we're really excited about it.
Yeah.
On top of that, we're expected to have over 150 games over the
Jeez.
5 weeks that we're there. So it's going to be a lot of baseball. I hope it's a lot of good baseball.
Well, yeah. I mean, how 150 compare? What was it last year? How many games do you think?
I think we had like 120.
Okay.
That sounds about right. I'm
Okay.
maybe 125.
Well, that's crazy, but it's just showing how
That
that.
was crazy. Yeah, you're like, okay, so I thought that was the max that we could ever do, and just
Well-
throw 25 more games on top of that.
Well, it's a testament to how well you're running things down there. Teams are coming back, and new teams are wanting to join. So it's hats off to you and the rest of the crew.
My crew, I
yep.
couldn't do it without them.
Now last year we have obviously the NCBA showcase. How many teams are participating in the baseball side of things?
We've got 64 baseball teams participating.
Okay, and that's more than last year, correct?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the softball tournament's exciting that you have how many teams participating this year?
We have 10 teams this week and 2 weeks of it. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
really exciting. It's really exciting because we haven't had, we'll have 2 tournaments this year instead of just the one. So it is exciting. And we're bringing back the free agent team again. And surprisingly, we've got quite a few top-notch quality players. Some
Who?
former World Series, winners, a couple MVPs.
Wow. Well, that's
We did pretty good last year, and I'm kind of scared because I'm thinking we're going to be playing a lot of softball.
well. That's I think with the softball tournament, I think it's finally you got 10 teams, 2 weeks. That this is kind of a great period. I think it's going to catch on. Basically, I think this year is a big year for it, and you got 10 teams, and they're going to go home and say how awesome it was, and it's just going to keep expanding. So again, great job on that. And then last but not least, what kind of reminders to the teams participating? Both baseball, softball. What kind of reminders should they be thinking about
Definitely, they need to be booking their hotels now. We've gotten so many calls from the hotels saying, we're booking up, we don't have a lot of rooms left. So if you've procrastinated until now, you need to get that done today.
Okay.
Travel, book your travel. Kelsey's got some great deals with Avis and Deltas. We can help you out. Give us a call. We can walk you through all that. And then the game and practice fees are due at the end of this month. So
Okay.
11 days from now.
So to recap, get your hotels if you haven't done so yet. If you have questions about travel, contact Kelsey, and then make sure to get your game fees in by January 31st. Anything else, Sav?
Nope, I think that's it.
Well, thank you.
I'm ready for the sunshine.
Yeah, okay. Well, we are too. Thank you, Sav. Take care.
Guys.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year. Yeah, it's already end of January.
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah, kind of threw me off too.
Sorry.
That's great.
I'm running on a mental delay
Yeah.
here. Today it's January 4th.
It's exciting to see.
Spring training growing. I mean,
Just growing and growing.
The softball side of it's picking up momentum too. And,
Bam.
Pretty soon Savannah's going to need someone to build her some extra fields down
Yeah.
there because all those teams she's got coming down. So, are you going down?
I mean, I would kind of like to, but with the birth of the baby, he's going to be, maybe a month old. I don't know. I've never done it before. A baby, that is.
I have.
Yeah. So, I mean, a month old, what do you
Start
think?
training yourself now. Stop sleeping. Literally.
Okay.
So, there you go. That's my advice.
Thank you.
Train yourself so you don't shock when he arrives.
Okay.
And it's going to be a boy.
It is a boy.
Is he going to be a baseball player? Basketball player? Football player?
Hockey.
Hockey.
Hockey? Gonna play some hockey?
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Hockey, eh? All right, good stuff. On to some baseball. NCBA Division 1, Division 2. What's up in club baseball?
I mean, obviously, important time right now. The spring season's officially starting February 1st. I know
It's like
not.
5 minutes away.
Yeah, less than 2 weeks. I know not a lot of teams are playing that first week, but if you are, or if you're playing the week after that, or if you're just playing in the spring in general, get your rosters taken care of now. And what I mean by that is get every single player that is going to be playing on that field, that you plan to have playing on that field, they need to register online. And that's just by going to the login tab in the upper right-hand corner of the Division I or Division II website. I shouldn't have to explain this, but if you're a Division II team, you're going to register on the Division II site. And if you're a Division I team, you're going to register on the Division I site. So get your players all registered. Once they register, they're not on the roster. They're not eligible yet. They're going to be sitting in what we call a holding queue. The other thing, as a team president, what you're going to need to take care of is the academic eligibility form. We have samples online, 2 different samples that you can use. So get those filled out and take that to your registrar or club sport director, somebody that has access to each player's grades that can verify that they meet all the NCBA academic requirements. Get that signed off on, fax it to us, scan it, email it to us. Once we have that, we will go into your registration queue with all those players that have registered, and we will activate them to the roster. You will get an email from a regional director or myself or Eric saying that your roster is completed and you'll be good at that point. So take care of that. If you have questions about it, please let me know, because if you don't have a roster online, at least 9 guys on your roster, you're going to automatically forfeit any games that you win. And if you're playing ineligible players, you're at risk of forfeiting games. So it's very important to get that taken care of. That's the biggest thing. We have team previews that just are coming out as we speak. I believe we have 7 out of the 8 conferences, regions out online. You can see them at the D1 website or on Facebook. I believe Mid-America is the last team preview that will be put out. But a lot of questions from teams as to why are we filling this team preview out? What's the purpose? Obviously, it's to see, how your team's shaping up for this upcoming spring.
And if I can chime in
Go
real
ahead.
quick here, I'm one of the voters on the top 20 panel, right, for
Yep.
NCBA Division 1. I read every single one of the team previews. Every single team preview that was submitted, I read. And that's what gives me a judge, and I take notes on them all. All right, this guy, this team, I know who was good last year, but this poll isn't about last year. This poll's about this year. So I know in my head who was good last year. Now I'm reading the poll, I'm reading the previews. This team was good and didn't graduate anybody. To me, they're going to be better this year.
Yep.
This team was really good and all their seniors are gone. Yeah, they're going to move back a little bit. So I read every single one of those into account, and that's what helps me formulate.
Yeah,
my,
and that goes.
And some teams blow it off. They fill it out like, "Hey, we were 10-10, and we hope to win."
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't give me much insight, so I don't give them much credit.
Yeah, I mean, for me, as a voter as well, if you were Utah State, who won the national championship last year and didn't fill one of those out, you could have graduated your entire team, and it's all freshmen. I won't know that, so it's going to affect where you're placed. I'm going to vote you in the top 20, but it's very important for us as voters to know kind of where you are what you're looking like this upcoming spring. So it is an important thing to fill out. If you didn't do it, it's too late. But that helps us. The voting panel form the preseason pool just because we have really nothing else to go off of other than those team previews. So take a look at those. We have, like I said, Mid-America will be coming out tomorrow. Preseason pool will be coming out January. It will be coming out Thursday. I'm not exactly sure what that date is, but it will be out, posted online Thursday to Facebook, the 22nd, January 22nd. It will be coming out. So looking forward to that. You made a pretty, and I want to chime in about it. You made when you sent me your pool.
What did I say?
You had I'm going to let you say it.
No, you say it. You tell me. Tell me what I said.
Well, you made
my statement.
You made a maybe it's a bold prediction, and I'm not exactly sure exactly what you said, but to paraphrase, you said the College of William and Mary is going to do big things this year.
I said they will do something amazing this year.
Okay, something amazing this year.
What?
Like what? I'm not saying they're going to win the national title, but they might. But they're going to do something that at some point this season is going to make everybody in the country talk about them.
Wow.
I don't know if they're going to upset somebody.
Trash a hotel.
Something about that team. They're going to do something amazing. And I'm basing this after I was captivated reading their team preview for them. Based on what they did last year at the Division II level. I just know, they might go to spring training and beat the number 1 ranked team. They might win their conference and go to the World Series, go to the playoffs. They're going to do something that's going to have us talking about them later this season.
Well, I mean, they came to Eric and I's fall tournament and played really well. I don't know if put a lot of stock in the fall, but they did play well down at the fall tournament. So, when I saw that last night, I was kind of taken aback, but hey, who knows? That's why you play, right?
Right.
Could be anybody, but they're a quality program, and if you're College of William and Mary, check out on Thursday. Maybe you made the pools. What else are we got going on? I'm on the wrong page of my itinerary.
You want to talk about Rob Perky and Logan Cincinnati?
Yeah, we got. This just happened recently. With Mitch moving on to a new position, new company. We had to get a new regional director in that place. Rob Perky, we're all very familiar with him. He's a former Pitt player, club baseball player, head coach. Made it took his team to the World Series in 2012 down in Columbus, Georgia, where they played really well, beat Colorado State. So he's very educated on club baseball and will be a huge asset to the North Atlantic teams. Same goes for Logan Simiotti, former Iowa club baseball player, president. He's won 4 conference titles, 2 World Series appearances, so he has a lot of knowledge on club baseball. So all the Mid-America teams, we thank Ryan Bressner for his time, but Logan's coming in and will do a great job with that region. So excited about those 2 new additions to
2 tremendous additions to the team, club sports team, NCBA.
Bam. So
all right, Thanks,
was it.
Christian. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good updates on baseball.
Yes.
Baseball season's right around the corner. Basketball season is in your face
Now. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Next episode, February 17th, 20th.
Both.
Maybe we're throwing 2. One of those dates. 17th. At 2:30, I'll read anything you write down. You can find a recording of today's show online at www.ustream.tv/channel/Sweet301.
Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Facebook for all your latest updates. We'll see you next time. Take us out, DJ.